Hello there. Silksong's coming out on the 4th of September.
Where is Felix? Where is he?
Felix is busy. He's got other stuff to do, and he didn't really watch the trailer by his own choice. He saw the release date, but he didn't want to look at any of the gameplay and be spoiled, basically, despite the fact he's already played the game.
I understand. He's probably back in line playing it again anyways, even though the lines
almost
are long.
Certainly, yes. But yes, Silksong, release date. Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here. Xeon is here too. You know, I had to push that to one side for the important stuff. Yeah, we finally have a release date, and it's in about 6 minutes or something like that. Now, it's just under 2 weeks or something like that, give or take. That is, it might even be exactly 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. It's coming out on the 4th of September.
You're right, it is. It's 2 weeks from today. Yeah, it's a Thursday. Remember that, everyone. Games come out on Thursdays now.
Yeah, why the hell do they do
I swear it's like, I don't know if you've noticed this, or maybe it's different, but like every 5 or so years or 10 years, it feels like they just suddenly change when when games come out. It used to be Sundays in the days of the Wii. It used to be Tuesdays for a while in the GameCube era or something, I think, and now it's Thursdays.
Yeah, I don't know. But what I do know is that Hollow Knight Silksong looks flippin' brilliant. Which
it does look nice.
I've got to be honest, and I don't want to, sort of draw any ire here, but what else were you expecting? We saw the game years ago, the initial trailer and everything, and it looked fantastic then. Of course it was going to look fantastic now, I don't know what else.
Didn't you play it, Alex? Like many years ago? Like, not even just once? But
you know what? I think maybe I did. I think maybe about 6 years ago I played the game twice, and that is absolutely true. It turns out it was the same demo, or at least the same areas as the one that Felix played. So,
oh, really?
I'm sure it's been updated,
Sure.
to a significant degree. As much as anything, this was on the Switch too at 120 hertz. But I think it looks superb. Sort of. Hornet always played very differently compared to the Knight, and that's coming through even more now, I think, compared to the original trailer, which I've also rewatched. Interesting little fact, the original trailer said that there were going to be over 150 new enemies, and we're now looking at over 200 as of this newest trailer. So there's at least an extra 50 lovely enemies for us to beat the living snot out of, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to.
Yeah, I wonder where all of the development time really went with this game, and how long the original Hollow Knight took them. Because they've been working on this for forever at this point.
They have, yeah. I mean, there is a Bloomberg interview that coincided with the same as this. I appreciate you. I appreciate the acting you're doing, Xeon, but you're the one who shared it with me.
Alana shared it with me, though, but
Okay.
I did forget for a second. My brain is that of a Hornet. I don't know how big their brains are, actually. Probably Silksong's Hornet is probably pretty big.
It's probably pretty massive, yeah. But basically, it's not an exciting answer. The end result was, well, the game just took us quite a long time to make, and we were enjoying ourselves, and we wanted to make it the game that we wanted to make. Which is probably the most reasonable response you can possibly imagine, but at the same time, arguably, even though it's fine, a little dissatisfying. You want to hear some drama, don't you? You want to hear,
sure.
We made the game, but then suddenly we lost all the assets when I dropped my hard drive down the toilet. But no, it was just like, it just took us a while. I mean, it's a very small team. It's fine, but yeah.
There's something endearing and almost like exciting to me about hearing them say we've been having fun.
Yeah,
it almost just kind of it like absolves. It removes all the worries that you have, and especially after something like the new game that was supposed to be coming out from the Celeste team, Earthblade, was in development for many years, and then just suddenly, kind of out of nowhere, was publicly canceled. And now those developers are working on Neverway and other things, I would imagine. But it's, I think, for the public, people that aren't a part of that small team, aren't a part of the PR team or any of the discussions or anything, you can just kind of be left in limbo. And it's not that they owe us this.
No,
owe
not
us
at
the
all.
knowledge or
No.
anything either. But it's nice to know that they were just digging around in the sand, making sand castles and making 50 more enemies, as you pointed out, and the little cutscene that they showed off too has me really excited and hopeful that like they have more budget now to maybe throw more money at animated cutscenes throughout the game. And I'm not the biggest Hollow Knight fan necessarily. I really enjoyed my time with the game, but I've just, you know, there are a lot of Metroidvanias out there. But I will say I'm really looking forward to it now after seeing this little trailer, and it comes out so soon.
I know.
That's really nice too.
I know, it's bonkers. It sounds silly because obviously I'm games first and foremost, but the thing I'm actually most excited for right now in this moment is more of the music from Philip Larkin, because his...
Oh, yeah?
Hang on, did I say Philip Larkin? I don't think that's correct. Christopher Larkin, I do apologise. Sorry, Philip Larkin is a poet from, well, he lived in Hull, famously, who did very rude poems, but very, very moving at the same time. But no, Christopher Larkin, he does incredible work. And, you know, there's nary a year or even 6 months or even 3 months that go by that a song from Hollow Knight doesn't get firmly stuck in my head. You know, often it's the City of Tears, you know, sort of, or the Sealed Vessel, you know, you name it, it's probably been in there somewhere. But yeah, it's one of the things that I think, I mean, there's so many things that make Hollow Knight such a special game, and it seems that it's all coming back. But the soundtrack is a huge part of what builds the atmosphere of a game, and something that I think is, whilst it's not overlooked, but is often not celebrated as much as it should. Maybe Christopher Larkin could be the exception because everyone keeps banging on about him, and rightly so.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Felix is always talking about the music in that game as well whenever he gets the chance, and I've got a few of his songs in like my like gotta work playlist for when I'm just need like no lyrics, you know, no vocals, and it always does me well. But do you think the music is the thing that you're most excited about when it comes to this game then?
Only in the moment, you know, sort of speak to me again in 20 minutes. I'll probably have something else to say. But right now, you know, sort of, yeah, it is the music, I suppose, because we only get the merest snippets, you know, sort of in the trailer. And I just want to hear so much more. But, you know, the gameplay as well looks so... I think I mentioned this earlier, but so acrobatic, obviously, because that's Hollow Knight's, that's Hornet's whole shtick. I mean, to be fair, even the knight in Hollow Knight was reasonably acrobatic, but nowhere near to the same degree. So it's going to be really interesting to see how her moveset is not only usable, but exploitable as well. Like how you're going to be able to do some really crazy things within the game's, you know, intent and outside. No doubt there are going to be little bugs, if you'll pardon the pun, that people discover and, you know, sort of break the game in that sense. That's half the fun. Well, it's not half the fun. It's like 1% of the fun overall. But
do you think this is the sort of game that people can... Like, I obviously, I know you only played a little snippet 6 years ago, but from what you've seen...
But yes.
Two, sorry. From what you've seen of trailers and what you played back then, does it seem like this might be the sort of thing that people can just skip Hollow Knight if they really want to, like, jump on the bandwagon and play Silksong? Like, does it seem like it may be a prequel story or take place within the same world?
It is definitely a prequel story. It's, okay. I'm fair... I say that very, very confidently now. I'm almost certain it is a prequel story.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be confident to say that you shouldn't play Hollow Knight before this, or rather you don't have to, because from what little I played, this game felt, and there's no doubt some of it's going to be down to the moveset and stuff like that, you know, being different. I'm not as familiar, you know, don't understand the timings as well, but it felt a lot more challenging. And I think Hollow Knight is already challenging enough, so it might do you well to start with the original Hollow Knight. But, you know, sort of, the build I played is literally over 6 years old. You know, take that with an enormous pinch of salt, a fistful if you like. But that is an answer I can give you. It's just not a very confident one. We'll find out very soon. Very, very soon. So... you know, maybe
It is a hard question to answer without like having that's a kind of question that I would like to ask after you've beaten the game, you know, but here we are. We can't play it yet.
No,
only
no.
Felix can.
But it's going to be very, very soon, no doubt. And I know someone, Sasha, if you're watching this, hello. Yeah, she's going to be counting down the days, counting down the minutes, I think, as soon as she's finished Bonanza. But those are our thoughts. That's all. Just our little thoughts. There are so many more. You've got them all locked away in your head. Unlock them. Stick them in a comment down below. Horrifying. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you that subscribe button, and be sure to check out Nintendo Life, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.
Finally. No more "Is it Silksong time" videos?
That's it. No Silksong. Should have commented that on the live chat. Not that anyone would have seen it.